Mega movie morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am, of course, your host, Mega Mike the Movie Man. We got some fun topics for you all today. But before we get into that, go ahead and smash that like button. If you are visiting the channel for the very first time, definitely click that subscribe and notification because we talk all things movies on here, movie news, movie reviews, ranking, tons of physical media stuff. So you definitely want to stay tuned for all of that. And then definitely the number one way to support the channel is through super chats and memberships. So definitely feel free to give those out. That is a whole lot of fun. I know everybody appreciates that out there. And then, of course, let's get into the topics at hand today. And let me tell you how this show is going to work this morning. So we have three awesome movie news stories to go through today. First up, we're going to talk about some Superman Legacy casting rumors. Then we will get into some Beetlejuice 2 casting that's actually confirmed. And then we will have another fun story, of course, with Fast X apparently getting a part 3 instead of a two-parter movie. Oh my goodness, I was kind of blown away when I heard that news. But we'll definitely get into all those news stories. And then, of course, towards the end of the video today, we'll have an Ask Anything section where you can ask me any questions your heart desires, and we'll definitely answer them all for you. And then as we go through these news stories, leave comments. I want to make this show very interactive and lively today. So definitely leave any comments or questions related to the topics at hand so we can have some great discussion points as we go through today's show. But let's first go ahead and kind of check in with the chat just to see who is joining us bright and early this morning to talk some movies. So it looks like we got Adrian James in the house. Hello there, Mike. How are you doing today? I am doing great today. Just kind of had a good start to the morning, made a little breakfast, and now just kind of waking up. So I'm all ready for today. And that reminds me, for all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day to every mom out there. So I don't know how many people are going to be joining us today because they're celebrating probably Mother's Day out there. But thank you so much for joining anyway. If you are a mom out there, totally appreciate it. All right, we got Dimension Scott out there. Hey, what's up, Mike? Happy to watch this live. Yes, Dimension Scott, always happy to have you here. I know you're a big Mortal Kombat and superhero fan, so we're just linked together that way. And I just really appreciate you being here, of course. And yeah, watching it on the live. Remember, these mega movie mornings will happen every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's going to be the usual date and time. Now, maybe once in a while something will come up where we have to adjust something, but the norm will be the Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. for us Pacific Standard Timers. But then, of course, Eastern Time, I believe, is what, 12 o'clock? So it's lunch for some people, breakfast for others. It's just a whole big party today. So a lot of fun. Oh, we got Nerdy Film Girl Tracy here. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Thank you, Tracy, for going ahead and saying that to all the moms out there. Yes, we gotta celebrate moms. I know my mom is always in here in the chat, watching, keeping up with all this great movie news. So definitely we gotta show that appreciation. We got Craig in the house. Hi, Mike. Hi, Craig. How you doing today? All right, we got Hisham saying, hello, Mike. How are you doing? I am doing great. Still waking up, but I am ready to talk some movies. I mean, that just gets you, up and early in the morning, of course. All right, we got John Doe a Gigolo. Hey, Mike. Hello. Yes, Craig saying happy Mother's Day. Yes. Hisham saying, is Chris Pratt official role in Crypto, the super dog in Superman Legacy? So I don't know if that's official yet or if that's a rumor, but I believe Crypto is for sure going to be in the Superman Legacy movie. Don't know how big of a part Crypto will have, and not sure, once again, is it 100% confirmed going to be voiced by Chris Pratt? Who knows? But I mean, Chris Pratt right now is like the top dog. I mean, just so many movies, right? The voice of Mario just had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which was absolutely amazing. So Chris Pratt is just doing great out there. So yeah, I would absolutely believe it. No doubt. But we'll see once we get 100% official. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. We got Cinema Man in the house. Hey, Mike. Sisu was awesome. Definitely recommend it to you to check out. I've been wanting to see Sisu, but it's not by any of my local theaters. Not only that, one of my local theaters just shut down, completely, permanently closed. So now I only have one local theater. So if I want to go see a movie like Sisu now I got to drive 45 minutes. I mean, oh my goodness, what is happening to the movie theaters out there? But yeah, I did really want to see Sisu. It's just the timing hasn't worked out yet, and the availability is just I don't know what's going on. Sisu needs to get a wider release. If we can get to more theaters, I'm sure we'll get to the local theater near me. Nerdy Film Girl says, I'm on the East Coast and just had breakfast. Ooh, breakfast for kind of lunchtime. Hey, that's the way to do it. Breakfast is good any time of the day. You can even have breakfast during dinner time. It is still good. I mean, there's just something about the smell of breakfast. It's just so delicious. But what did you have for breakfast, Tracy? Now that's the question. Yeah, everybody shout out. Or if you're eating something right now, are you having breakfast? What kind of breakfast foods? If you're having lunch, what kind of lunch foods? If you're just snack attacking it, I want to hear you shout that out. What are you having right now? All right, got Hisham saying, who will play Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy? Dave Bautista, Corey Stoll, or Michael Cera. So I haven't heard those names yet, but I did hear a different name, I believe, and I will bring that in the story right now. Let me just finish these last few comments, and we'll definitely get there. Hisham saying, Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Of course, absolutely. And then we got Ali in the house. Happy Sunday, Mike. Have you watched anything good this weekend? Yeah, so I did a couple out of the theater reactions. Now, yesterday I did see Hypnotic with the wife. So Amazing Anna and I went and saw Hypnotic, the new Robert Rodriguez film starring Ben Affleck. And I was kind of disappointed on it, actually. You know what? My wife liked it, so that's a plus. So that's totally good. But I just wasn't super excited or thrilled by the movie. It's a psychological thriller, and you know they're trying to be very twisty and turn things on its head and all that good stuff. But I just didn't care about the characters. And when I'm not invested in the characters, I just can't get with the story. And so to me, it was just very dull. Like Ben Affleck, you know, he can act, but in this movie, I don't know. The performance felt phoned in. I don't know what it was. And there was other good acting talent there too. It was just the story was a little wonky for me. I wasn't buying into it. I wasn't believing it. But it's a very trippy movie. So if you love trippy movies, you'll definitely like Hypnotic. Just wasn't the one I'm going to go back and rewatch by any means. Now, the one I saw on a Friday night that I thought was quite good was a BlackBerry. Yes, BlackBerry, about the BlackBerry phone company, the rise and fall, you know, competing with iPhone coming out and then just getting destroyed. But it was so entertaining. I'm telling you, the nostalgia filled and fan service it had. I know it's weird saying fan service in a movie about BlackBerry, but it had so much good nostalgia stuff from the 90s and I think even 80s in there, 2000s. I mean, woo, it had some amazing calls. Like it mentioned They Live so many times. Like they even had scenes from They Live playing. I mean, I'm like, what? What's going on right now? I'm loving it. Oh, it was so good. So if you like the movie Air, then you'll love BlackBerry. I think both are great, but honestly, I might want to watch BlackBerry again before watching Air. But Air was great as well. But similar style, both really good movies. If you're into that kind of genre, I would definitely recommend BlackBerry if you're into those true stories and business dealings, because those business meetings, woo, they get intense, very thrilling. So I really like those. Jared Runner saying hello there, everyone. Let's see, everybody's still shouting out their breakfast or lunch items. Nudie Film Girl saying a vegan breakfast sandwich. Nice. Craig saying omelet potatoes at a restaurant. Ooh, an omelet sounds so good right now. I need an omelet in my life for sure. Jared Runner says, I just ate a ham sandwich. Yummy, yummy. Adrian saying, hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. And Nerd said, you sold me on They Live references. I'm telling you, it had so many They Live references. I'm like, where are these coming from? And then they had references to other stuff too, but that stood out to me because I'm a big They Live fan. I think that's what my second favorite John Carpenter title, right behind Christine. Or might be I don't know. I'll go back and forth between those two. I love those movies. Wait, well, there's Halloween. That's number one. So I guess it's in top three. Top three, yes. I spoke too soon. Top three. Let's see. Lance Jackson says, "What's up? I'm glad I subscribed. Just at home watching A Quiet Place, and later I'm going to watch Scream 5." Now that's a great double feature. I love both of those movies. Quiet Place was so good. Krasinski just filmed that movie to perfection. The writing was excellent. You were invested in the characters, and it's impressive to do that for a movie that's quiet. I mean, how do you do that? They did it. Very entertaining. And then Scream 5, I love Scream 5. I don't know why some people have Scream 5 very low on their Scream ranking list. To me, Scream 5 is my second favorite Scream movie. I love the first Scream, of course. And then I'd probably go Scream 5, Scream 2, Scream 6, Scream 3, and then Scream 4 is way, way, way at the bottom for me. I'm not a Scream 4 fan that Emma Roberts can't get on board with, but that's just me. Everybody loved that one. But all right, so let's get into this one because this is a perfect segue. Hisham is saying, "Is DCEU still exist?" Well, we have a couple more movies in the DCEU. Seems like with Flash and Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2. But then after that, I believe this is a whole new universe by James Gunn. So this is perfect. This gets us into our first news story here. Once again, we're going to talk some Superman Legacy rumors right now, some casting rumors. And so let's get into this news story. Let me go ahead and bring up the graphic right here. Yes, let's look at this. So this is all from Hollywood Reporter. David Corn Sweat, who recently played the ill-fated projectionist opposite Mia Goth in Pearl, is among the top contenders to play Kent, aka Superman, advancing to the screen test stage that will likely take place after Memorial Day or early June. Multiple sources tell the Hollywood Reporter the other two contenders may also be in the mix, but their identities remain unknown. So definitely all let me know in the chat. What do you think of that rumor um, of that casting choice? Now, once again, the casting isn't official yet. Still got to do the screen testing and all that good stuff. But when I first heard that actor's name, I'm like, who is that? I don't remember that actor. But when they said in Pearl, acting opposite Mia Goth, I'm like, okay, I can picture the face now. He was pretty good in that movie, even though I didn't love that movie. I know everybody loves it. I much preferred X over Pearl. Hopefully, Maxine is great. But I thought he was decent in that movie, but wasn't like my first initial thought to play Superman. I don't know if that would be my number one choice, but from what I've seen, he's decent. So who knows? It could be good. But let me know in the comments. What do y'all think of that casting choice? And we got some more information here. Let's look at the Lex Luthor side. One role that seems to have only one person earmarked is the classic villain Luthor. Nicholas Hoult, currently starring in vampire thriller Renfield, has been tipped to play the bald-headed evil genius. Holt's name has been swirling around Legacy for several weeks now, with some theorizing he was up for Superman. The actor had a previous close call with the DC realm when the runner-up to play Batman for Matt Reeves, with the role going to Robert Pattinson. The studio has loved him since Fury Road, said one source, referring to Warner's 2015 action classic from George Miller. Now that one gets me more excited because I'm a big Nicholas Hoult fan. I thought he was amazing in Renfield. Not a lot of people saw that movie. If you haven't seen it, I'm telling you, it's worth a watch. Very entertaining. Yeah, it's super bloody, gory, over the top, but it has a charm to it. The action's really good in it. And of course, Nicholas Holt's good in the movie. You got, of course, Aquafina. Aquafina steals the show in that one. So, so good. And then Nicolas Cage as Dracula. You can't really beat that. Very underrated movie. Quite enjoyable. Entertaining, the very least. But yeah, Nicholas Hoult. Always happy to see Nicholas Hoult getting some good work. He's a very consistent actor. So I'm excited for him to be Lex Luthor. I can feel that vibe right there. A little bit different take on Lex Luthor. Why not? But he has the acting chops, so I think it can work out. But it was funny because they were saying, oh, they were considering him for Superman as well, but now, considering basically for Lex Luthor. You know what? That would be kind of interesting to see Nicholas Hoult in like a really lead major superhero role. They're saying, oh, he might have been Batman, but then Pattinson got that role. And you know what? Superman, he could have been a good Superman as well, but now he's going to be the villain character. It's going to be interesting to see him play the villain character. I'm trying to think, have we seen him play a villain before? Jog my memory in the comments if he has played a good villain role. But yes, great talented actor. Very excited about that. So definitely sound off in the comments what you think about that casting. And then I just thought this one was kind of interesting what James Gunn was saying here. So this other little part in the article says Superman Legacy will be the first film under the Gunn Safran regime at DC, making the casting of particular note. The superhero holds a place for particular importance for Gunn. I completely relate to the Superman because it's everything I am, Gunn told THR in the April cover story, who's somebody who is an outsider, who feels like an alien, but is also the ultimate insider because he's effing Superman. And that's kind of like what I feel like. Ooh, so James Gunn feels he is Superman. A little cocky right there. But nonetheless, I'm really excited for the Superman Legacy movie now. I was really worried before, but after seeing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I love that movie so much, James Gunn can definitely write a movie and direct a movie, which he's doing for Superman Legacy. And that gets me excited. I want to see Superman on the screen again. It's so wild to think that we have not really got many Superman movies in the past. Yeah, we've gotten a handful of them with the Christopher Reeves one. And then, of course, we had Superman Returns. Then we had Man of Steel. But not like Batman, right? Batman has gotten so many movies, and Superman is like the granddaddy of all the superheroes. You would have thought by now he would have got a lot more movies, but we haven't seen it. So I'm excited for Superman Legacy. Once again, I hope it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good. But it looks like James Gunn is going in a good direction with this one so far, at least with these casting choices. I know that's not everything to a movie, but hey, that's a starting point, and we got to nail that. If we don't, then the movie gets weird. Like, remember Batman v Superman with Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor? I mean, that threw me off. Now, the more times I watch it and go back to the film, I'm more okay with it because I know what to expect. But when I first saw that, putting the little Jolly Rancher in the person's mouth, I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? This is definitely a different take on Lex Luthor, and it was so odd. It was just so odd. I think Nicholas Holt can do a really good job here. But let's look at these comments. Let's see what everybody's thoughts are here. Let's see. We got Cinema Man saying if anyone is in the chat is looking for a scary movie and are scared of toilets vanishing and toys in the dark, check out Skinamarink. Just joking. Stay away at all costs. Yeah, Skinamarink, my most hated movie of all time. I don't even like it's a movie, but it's not a movie because you can't really watch it. I don't know. It's so bad. It's so bad. You know what? And I tried to go back a second time to watch it again. 30 minutes in, I realized my TV wasn't even turned on, so it lost me there. It lost me. Yeah, can't do Skinamarink. Just yeah, unwatchable to me. But hey, there's a few fans out there, and if you love it, hats off to you. I totally celebrate that. Hey, a movie is always for someone out there. All right, got my mom in the chat once again. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Thanks for being here. Let's see, Craig saying you have to start with Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise. They improve as they go along. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna binge all the movies. And if you all seen my Amazon deal video this morning, remember my Amazon deal video always drops a couple hours before this live stream on Sundays. The Mission Impossible set is going for a good price right now. That 4K box set, it was like 40 something bucks now, which is a no brainer for 6 movies on 4K. And I think you get the digitals too, and I thought the Blu-rays as well. So that's an amazing deal. Amazing deal. So if anybody does decide to go get that for their collection, go to that Amazon deal video, go through that description, that link. That'll give some credit to my channel. But I know I'm going to pick up that set myself. Once we get into summertime, that's definitely binge time before the movie comes out. I believe in July, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Let's see. Craig saying unknown actors are good casting. Yeah, and I'm definitely fine with going with an unknown actor as long as, of course, they're good and the director sees they're a great fit for the role. You know what? Yeah, you don't always have to go the popular actors. Some less known actors have turned out really good in the past. Like Michael Keaton wasn't really well known for Batman. When he was casted as Batman in Batman '89, they were like, "Oh, the Mr. Mom guy, really? Is that gonna work?" Things like that. So there's always been those casting choices where you think, oh, hey, people are kind of on the fence about at first, but then everybody ends up loving them. Same thing with the common story with Heath Ledger as a Joker, turned out to be the best Joker of all time, in my opinion. So, yeah, you know what? You can go with actors that are a little bit less known, I think, as well. Craig saying like him in X Men. Yeah, he was good in X Men too as a Beast. Correct? Yep, that's where I remember him from. Cinema Man saying, yeah, I agree. Mission Impossible franchise is amazing. I need to watch it. It's gonna happen. Let's see. Hisham says still Henry Cavill because he's almost like Christopher Reeves for me. I really enjoyed Henry Cavill as Superman. Man of Steel, I think, is a very underrated movie. That movie still gets no respect out there, everybody. Man of Steel, one of the most underrated comic book movies all time. It is such a good Superman story. I would have loved a sequel. I would have loved a Man of Steel 2. I would have totally been down for that, but James Gunn going in a different direction. Let's see. Emlo saying, hi, everyone. Just have a moment today, but I want to say hi. I wish everyone a great movie day. Yes, always a movie day. And then it's also Mother's Day today. So, I mean, it's just a wonderful day to celebrate out there. Let's see. Craig saying, Mux and Mad Max for your old. Yep, that was whole as well. Now, I only saw that movie once. I didn't love it. I do have it in the collection, though. Who knows? I might go back and rewatch. Let's see. Dimension Scott saying, Mike, how excited are you for the Flash? I know I'm ready to get nuts. Yes, super excited for the Flash. You know, there's going to be a pre-game and post-game show. So yeah, Dimension Scott, if you want to be a part of that, keep up with me on Insta. We'll kind of coordinate that out. But yeah, I'm super excited for the Flash movie. That was my number one anticipated movie of the year, and it still is. And this has been a great year for superhero movies. I know some people are feeling superhero fatigue, but we just had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Amazing movie. One of the better Marvel movies out there. We just had Shazam 2, which made, $3 at the box office. But I love Shazam 2. That's still my personal favorite movie of the year so far. It's very close with Guardians 3. Like, I'm back and forth on them, but Shazam 2 was so good. Oh my god. If you haven't seen Shazam 2 yet, everybody out there, go see Shazam 2. I'm telling you, it's so good. But yeah, so I'm excited. Yeah, superhero movies are on a roll right now. Very excited for The Flash. And The Flash is my favorite DC villain. That's why I got a lightning bolt in my logo right there. That's kind of a callback to, The Flash. So yeah, very excited. Hisham is saying Man of Steel 2013 very underrated. Very, very underrated. Let's see. Yeah, everybody's saying hello to each other. Yeah, Cinema Man saying Man Still is a great film, underrated. I know. Got a ton of hate when it came out. Let's see. Adrian saying I revisited X Men 2 last night, and it's still a great movie after all these years. X Men 2, one of the best movies of all time. One of the best superhero films by far. It's probably in my top 10 still. Probably definitely in my top 10 movies. I love that movie. All the Nightcrawler stuff. Ooh, Nightcrawler is my favorite X-Men. So yes, love that movie. All right. So that was our first story there, talking those Superman Legacy casting rumors. But let's now get into our next choice because the casting don't stop on this channel. We got that Beetlejuice 2 casting. So as we go through this, everybody in the comments, shout out. Are you excited for Beetlejuice 2? Do you think they should be making this movie? What gets you most interested in it? What do you think of this casting choices and rumors and all this good stuff out there? But yeah, so Beetlejuice 2 casting. Let me go ahead and bring up this story right here. Okay, so Jenna Ortega is leading the cast with Michael Keaton reprising his role as the obnoxious ghost, while Winona Ryder is also back playing Ortega's mother. Catherine O'Hara is also among the returnees, while Justin Theroux and Monica Bellucci are among the newcomers. Just in that paragraph alone, like, woo, we got a lot of casting confirmation. I love to see the reoccurring faces. You need Michael Keaton if you're doing a Beetlejuice 2. So we've known that for some time. Also, we've known about Winona Ryder. Now, Jenna Ortega, we've known about too for a little while. So excited. It's like the past couple years of Jenna Ortega. She was great in X, awesome in Scream 5 and Scream 6. Wednesday, those dance moves. I mean, you can't beat that. So to have her now in Beetlejuice 2, super excited for that. Oh, that's going to be so good. And then you got Catherine O'Hara coming back. I didn't know she was going to come back, so that's awesome to hear. So I love to hear these characters returning. But then we also have the new ones they were mentioning as well, and that's just fantastic. But let's get into the second paragraph here. We got while plot details are being kept 6 feet under, it is understood that Defoe, yes, Willem Dafoe, is playing a law enforcement officer in the afterlife. Now, there we go. That's the exciting new news with Beetlejuice 2. Willem Dafoe, ooh, you can put Willem Dafoe in any movie that adds that extra little spiciness to it that I just love. Dafoe is so good. You know what? I didn't see Dafoe's last movie that came out because it didn't come to a theater near me. What was it called? Inside or something like that. That trailer looked really interesting, but yeah, I wish I could have saw that movie. But Defoe, he is good in everything, even when he just has small parts, like in The Northman, gets wild in that movie, really good in that. The Lighthouse, which I don't care for that movie overall. His performance is absolutely amazing in it. I mean, that movie was all about the acting. Pattinson's great in it as well. But Defoe, he's just such a talented actor. So excited that he's going to be in Beetlejuice 2 now. I mean, this is an all-star cast. I mean, who is not excited for Beetlejuice 2? And I'm all for sequels. I know some people don't care for sequels and remakes. They say just let it be. To me, I'm okay with it. It turns out great. Hey, now we got more great movies. Now we got two awesome Beetlejuice movies we can watch. It turns out terrible. Well, we still got the original. It's not like somebody came into your house and was like, "Hey, the sequel's coming out. Let me take your 4K copy away, throw it in the trash." No, that doesn't happen. No matter what, you still got the original. But I have a good, fun feeling about this movie. I just hopefully it's wildly entertaining. Hopefully they do justice by it, but I'm excited for it. Once again, the acting talent is on point. So this is a good start. If we got a good script in there too, some good direction, I mean, this can be phenomenal. So let's look at these comments. I want to hear all these Beetlejuice 2 comments. I'm saying that name too much on the channel. He's going to appear. Oh, no. All right, let's see. We got ooh, yeah, okay, Craig saying, "Yes, great cast, makeup will hide age." Oh, yeah, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference. With all the makeup Beetlejuice wears with Michael Keaton, you're definitely probably not gonna really tell too much about the age. Yeah, maybe in how he moves and things like that, you can still pick up on age a little bit, of course. But yeah, the makeup, I'm always excited to see the costume designs, the makeup, the production designs, the set designs. Oh, I'm excited for all of that, especially in this kind of dark fantasy world. They can do a lot with it, especially with how the technology has progressed now. Now, I still hope they use a lot of practical effects. I think movies go way too much CGI now. So I hope they do practical effects where they can, and then where they can't, fill in the gaps with CGI. But ooh, we could get some amazing practical effects. I hope they go that direction. Ooh, that's going to be very exciting. All right, Dimension Scott saying not only Man of Steel is great, Snyder's films, man, still Batman vs Superman Ultimate Cut and Zack Snyder's Justice League are my favorites. So I do like Zack Snyder's Justice League. Still way too long of a movie. I would still cut like 45 minutes out of it, but there's some good stuff in there, absolutely no doubt. And then Batman vs Superman Ultimate, I like it more than most. Definitely has some flaws in there. Yes, the Ultimate Cut is much better than the theatrical cut. And usually I don't prefer like director's cut and different cuts. On that one I do. Yes, Ultimate Cut is a must watch. But yeah, I don't love Batman vs Superman, but I like it. But I'm easy on superhero movies. Just like Dimension Scott, we easy on the superhero movies. We can have a good time at most movies. Morbid time and all that good stuff. We can have some fun with superhero movies. So yeah. Hisham saying how to make a great superhero and great story. Yeah, I mean, well, the story is the first part. Now, to me, I'm at least the story's done with James Gunn, who wrote it. So that story's locked in. We're good there. Now I'm kind of worried about the future projects though, with the writer's strike going on. Stories are gonna take a downward spiral, just gonna plummet with the writer's strike. And yeah, so we're probably not going to get too many good movie stories for who knows, depending on how long the strike lasts. I'm sure Hollywood has some stuff already on the back burners, some scripts that are already put away that are already good to go they can utilize. So that's going to last them a little while. But depending on how long the writer's strike goes, that stuff's eventually going to run out. And then what's going to happen? How are these stories going to be? It's going to be some dark times. Once again, I remember the last, major writer's strike and stories just took a nosedive and it was not good. So yeah, well, but like I said, Superman Legacy. I'm confident in the story here. Cinema Man. Oh, I'm very excited for Beetlejuice sequel because Tim Burton is directing and Danny Elfman is back doing the score, and they added Jenna Ortega and they're keeping Keaton as Beetlejuice. I totally forgot. I didn't know that they were getting Danny Elfman back for the score. Absolutely amazing. Danny Elfman is one of my favorite composers of all time and just musical artists. I mean, he was the lead singer for Oingo Boingo, right? Great music, Dead Man's Party, Weird Science, all that fun stuff. And then just when, becoming a composer and all these great scores he made, Batman 89 and all that wonderful stuff. Yeah, he works well with Tim Burton. That score is going to be killer if he's on it. I'm so excited for that. Oh, the music's going to be great. It's going to be great, everybody. See, I'm getting more excited for Beetlejuice 2 as we talk about this. I love these comments, everybody. We got Aline here. My favorite movies of 2023 so far are A Good Person, Dungeons and Dragons, Honors Among Thieves, and Evil Dead Rise. So I haven't seen A Good Person yet. I don't think that came out to a theater near me. Was that a theatrical release, Ali? Let me know in the comments. Or was that straight to streaming? I don't recall seeing it at a theater near me. Now, Dungeons and Dragons, very underrated movie. Nobody saw that one either. Oh, so fun. For fantasy adventure, you like that genre, you're going to like Dungeons and Dragons. Really entertaining movie. Good humor, good action. The cast is great. A lot of charisma there. I really dug D&D. Like, that's a movie I would want to pick up on physical media and watch it a few more times. That's a good sign. So I really enjoyed my experience with that one. Very fun. Evil Dead Rise. Yes, Evil Dead Rise, wildly entertaining. It gets better as it goes along. I love all the Evil Dead movies. I don't know how I would rank Evil Dead Rise. I'm back and forth with it. To me, the Evil Dead franchise is so consistent though. Not a bad one in the bunch. I can enjoy them all. Um, yeah, so good. Dimension Scott saying, I want to give Superman Legacy a chance, but I want over the top like the Suicide Squad. No, actually, you know what? I don't want over the top, even though I know James Gunn is always for that. Usually, it seems like that's kind of his go to style with the blood, the gore, all that. I don't want them to turn Superman into that. So I don't want that take on it personally. Once again, James Gunn's a visionary, so he got to go with what he feels confident with. But I just want a good Superman story. I like the Superman character. He's the Boy Scout character, has a great moral compass. I like that type of Superman character. And once again, we haven't gotten a lot of Superman movies. So I do want to see a more traditional take on Superman. That would be different. If we had a ton of great Superman stuff before and we want to get wild, get nuts, and we want to try something completely different with the tone and style, then okay. But we haven't like I said, haven't gotten many Superman projects. I would love a traditional Superman story. Yeah, you can make it slightly more darker, a little bit more edgy, but don't get Suicide Squad levels where, people are ripping each other apart. Like, ugh. No, we don't need to be about that life. Once again, I want families to go to this movie. I want them to, enjoy the Superman legacy and DC universe. So I hopefully, he pulls it back a little bit for like even if you go Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 dark, I think that can work because Guardians Galaxy Volume 3 is a darker story, but you can still, to an extent have family go to it. I know some of the animal and stuff might be tough for some kids to watch. I totally get it. But I think that's the darkest you can go. And I think if he keeps it that level, then we'll be fine. But yeah, once again, we haven't got many Superman projects. Does anybody else think it's weird that we've never got a movie called Superman? Am I the only one who thinks that's super weird? Just a movie that says Superman. Now, we've gotten Superman the movie. That was the Christopher Reeves one. But we never got a movie just called Superman. That to me is so odd. How do you not give the granddaddy of all superheroes his title only on a movie? Now we're in the Superman Legacy. Why couldn't this one just be called Superman? I know it's just a title, not going to change the movie, but always been a thought in my mind. All right, Dimension Scott saying, I agree, Adrian James, X2 is still great. Yep, X2 is great. Hisham saying, do you have a theory about Superman dying in a flash? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Superman in there because now they got Supergirl in there. I don't know. I don't like Supergirl. Happy to have her in the movie, but I would have been really cool to see, more Henry Cavill Superman. I would have definitely been excited for that. Ali saying, I'm excited but also nervous about Beetlejuice 2 since the first one is one of my favorite movies of all time and so much time has passed. Yeah, Beetlejuice is great, beloved classic, perfect for the spooky seasons. I get it. But once again, hey, if it turns out terrible, just go back and watch the original. It's no loss on, if it doesn't turn out the best. I mean, of course, we're hoping though, because then we get two good movies. Ooh, you can't beat that. Let's see. Aaron saying, "Are you going to watch the new Transformers movie?" Of course. Hey, if I'm watching, Hypnotic this past weekend, I'm watching Transformers. So absolutely gonna watch Transformers. Gonna do an out of the theater reaction. So, like I said, keep up on those short reactions. And yeah, I react to all the movies. I try to see as many movies as I can so I can kind of save you all from some bad movies out there. Like when I saw Skinamarink in theaters, I'm like, oh my goodness, don't watch this one, people. This is tough. So I try to see all the movies so you don't have to. You all can see just the best ones. Shan saying is Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice. Oh, that's a crossover for you. There you go. That would be a fun crossover. I like Edward Scissorhands. I just watched it again recently, and it was like the longest time before I originally saw it. And it's a good movie. I like the music in it too. Ooh, great music. And the ice sculpting. Can't beat that. Cinnamon Man says, "Be cool if they brought Johnny Depp in to play a character opposite Keaton's Beetlejuice character. That would be interesting. I don't know what they're really doing with Johnny Depp right now. I think Johnny Depp is actually supposed to direct some movie. I think it's like a small budget movie, a new idea. I don't know. It sounded a little odd to me. But yeah, I don't know. And once again, we just had the fallout with all the Amber Heard stuff and that drama. So is that playing a role in all the Johnny Depp stuff? How long is it going to be before you see him in another mainstream movie from a major studio? Those are all questions, of course. But Will Smith is coming back, even though Will Smith had some drama situations. Will Smith is going to be in the next Bad Boys movie, of course. So yeah, who knows? Maybe in time we'll see what happens with Johnny Depp there. Hisham saying, speaking about Tim Burton, is Edward Scissorhands got a sequel? Uh, yeah, no sequel for Edward Scissorhands. Hey, who knows though? Now that you mention it, now you put it out into the world, Hisham, it might happen. Who knows? Dimension Scott saying, I'm sorry, I meant to say I don't want over the top like the Suicide. Oh, me too. Same thing. We're thinking the same there. Yeah, we don't want over the top. I agree. Traditional classic Superman story, just with updated visuals, of course, for a modern telling. Perfect. That's what you go with. Ali saying a good person did get a theatrical release, but definitely a limited one. Unfortunately, it comes out on physical May 30th, though, very soon. I'm gonna keep an eye out for it then, because yeah, I don't even think it came to one of the theaters near me. That very limited release, very limited. Let's see. Hisham saying Tim Burton movie make you jump scares. I don't think I've ever got jump scares in a Tim Burton movie. Not that I can remember. Yeah, but he had some good stuff out there. Ed Wood is another good Tim Burton movie that Huck told me about in a collector's club and recommended it, of course. And yeah, Ed Wood, very good movie, very good movie. So yeah, Tim Burton does good stuff, absolutely, no doubt. Let's see. Hisham said, "Why Tim Burton quit to direct Batman Forever?" So, from what I understood about it, is that Tim Burton was all down for it, but then they really discouraged him from doing it. Like they didn't want him to do it because Batman Returns was so dark and gritty. You had the Penguin ripping people's noses off, with the blood and all that stuff, and it was like scaring kids, I guess. So I didn't think they wanted him to continue his Tim Burton style with Batman Forever. That's why they brought in Joel Schumacher, and that's why we get way different kind of style and tone of movies. So I think Tim Burton was down though. I think he had a story and ideas and was ready to go, but studio, whatever the studio says goes, I guess. Craig saying, or the adventures of Superman and pay homage to George Reeves, the original Superman from the TV series. So I never seen the original TV series. Definitely something to look into. George Reeves. Seeing that name, yeah. Let's see. We got Tony. Yes, Basement Blues. Hi, hello, Tony. How we doing today? All right. Let's see. Let's get into our next story here, and definitely keep the comments coming, of course. And once again, uh, we do appreciate super chats on the channel. So Yes, definitely keep that in mind as well. Let's get into this next story. We're now talking some Fast X Part 3, apparently. I didn't know there was going to be a Part 3, but this is some wild stuff. We only knew about two parts originally. So let's get into the story because this just came out recently. It seems like we'll spend some more time with the Fast family as Fast and Furious star Vin Diesel seemingly confirmed the highly anticipated Fast X is the first chapter in a trilogy. Until now, we believed Fast X was a part of a two-movie story set to wrap the Fast saga, but apparently Universal will try to squeeze some more mind-blowing racing scenes from our favorite action franchise. So far, all we know is that Diesel talked about the trilogy during the red carpet premiere of Fast X, which happens today, May 12th. However, since Diesel is the lead man of Fast and Furious, helping to keep the franchise blowing fans' minds in front and behind the cameras, there's little reason to doubt him. Of course, until Universal makes an official announcement, we should take Diesel's comments with a grain of salt. Still, no one will be sad to get one more Fast and Furious movie before saying goodbye. Yeah, so there we go. If you guys have not seen that video clip, you can easily look it up, which I do recommend. But yeah, Vin Diesel is talking with a reporter on the red carpet, talking a little bit about the movie, and then mentions, hey, the studio saw the first one, the first part, and was like, oh, could you make this into a third one? And so he kind of leaked out that I don't know if it was on purpose to get hype about it, excitement about this first part to get people to really want to see it. But they think, hey, this whole movie is going to be a trilogy in itself, and that was just kind of, a marketing gimmick to see how it does. And if it does well, of course, make a part three. That's a possibility. So not official there. We're getting a part three, but heavily rumored. Once again, if this movie makes money, this part one, there's no doubt we're going to be getting, more Fast movies. And I don't even think after part three, if part three makes more money, guess what? Universal ain't going to stop that. Okay. They're going to keep making money. They're going to keep releasing Fast and Furious movies in some way, shape, or form. They're gonna milk that franchise for all they can, no matter what, and until they get such diminishing returns, it's no longer profitable. But they got some time to go. People love those Fast and Furious movies. They make tons of money. Now, I've seen majority of them. I haven't seen them all. I don't think I've seen number three. I think three, and maybe not number four. But I've seen the other ones. Some of them are better than others. Like I really like the fifth one. I thought the fifth one was really good. Six was pretty good too. Um, I think once we got to eight, I think eight is where it died down a little bit for me. Eight and nine kind of took a step back. But wow, a lot of Fast and Furious movies. Hey, if you're a Fast and Furious fan out there, let me know in the comments. What are your favorite? I mean, so many to choose from. Are you excited there's going to be a part three out there? Let's hear people's comments on that. Let's keep these comments going, of course. But yeah, that's just wild news. And to hear Vin Diesel kind of leak it on the carpet just real quick. And then when you see the video, he says it and then he like runs away real quick. Oh, it's so funny. But yeah, wow. Wow, wow. Yeah, I don't think Vin Diesel's doing anything else, right? Like he's a Fast and Furious guy. Is he doing any other projects? No. So why wouldn't he keep doing Fast and Furious? It's not like with Jenna Ortega, she has so many projects right now, which is why I heard they might delay Scream 7 because she has some other obligations to do, right? Wednesday and some other projects. But Vin Diesel, what else is he doing? He's doing Fast and Furious. He's the go-to person for that. But let's see these comments here. Let's see. We got excellent comments here. Let's see. We got Basement Blue saying, I would have liked to have seen Tim Burton do Batman Forever. Me too. That would have been great. Of course, Tim Burton style movies, I just think are awesome. Very creative, very different, very unique. And yeah, I really like Tim Burton's directing style, his flavor of movies. You really can't beat that. So that would have been really cool. Now I know a lot of people hate Batman Forever. I can still have fun with Batman Forever. It's has those cheesy over the top moments with Jim Carrey's Riddler and all that stuff. But I had fun with it as a kid. I will say that for sure. I don't always go back and rewatch it though. But I will say the Bruce Wayne stuff in Batman Forever is really good. That might be the best Bruce Wayne stuff with getting into all the psychology of the mind. I heard there was even like longer dreamlike sequences that were cut out of the movie. I would have liked to have seen more of that. I think they had something with that. Let's see. Cinema Man saying, "Hey Mike, have a good day. Gotta head out for a few things." Absolutely, have a great one, Cinema Man. Thank you for stopping by. Adrian James says, "What if Tim Burton directed Batman vs Superman? I wonder how that would look." Yeah, that would be a way different style. Who knows? Let's see. John saying Vin is apparently working on a new Riddick movie as well. See, I didn't know that. Yeah, I guess why not? Now, how many Riddick movies have there been? I think three, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I have one in the collection from Arrow, which is Pitch Black. I have that one. I remember seeing Chronicles of Riddick. And then what was the other one called? Just Riddick, maybe? Correct me in the comments for sure. I thought those movies were all right. I didn't like absolutely love them. It's not like I'm always watching them, but they were okay. For I guess sci-fi fantasy. Let's see. Craig saying I like the one with Gal Gadot, Fast, and oh, Fast and Furious 6 or 7. Yeah, 6 and 7 are good. Yeah, I think that's when it started to ramp up, like with five, like 5, 6, and 7 are really, really good. And it kind of takes it up a whole new level. Yeah, some of the scenes are definitely unbelievable, but it gets wild. I mean, they could become like full blown out action movies where the first movie is really just kind of a street racing, street level garage kind of movie. I mean, after you get into five, it's woo, it's wild. But then when you get into nine got a little too bizarre for me because nine it turned into like a superhero movie where Vin Diesel is pretty much a superhero, pulling down all the chains and crushing all the people. I mean, what? You know what? That is just wild. Oh, it's so wild that nine. I only saw it once, going into space and all that good stuff. Oh my goodness, it totally became superhero fantasy type of movie. Went beyond the believability even for me. Right? There was once again some other scenes in the past movies, cars flying through buildings. I get it. That's still pretty wild. But Superman 9, I mean not Superman 9. Oh my goodness. Fast and it's telling you it feels like a superhero movie though, right? Fast and Furious 9. Just way too wild for me. Way too wild. Yeah. So hopefully part 10 now, I guess X. They bring it back. They bring it back. It looks wild though. Jason Momoa in there as a villain. It looks like it's gonna be fun though. So hopefully it's just a good entertaining movie. All right. Yeah, definitely. I think I'm caught up on the comments. Definitely go ahead and leave more comments about any of the news stories if you would like. And of course, we will get into the Ask Anything section or leaving any types of comments, of course. But ask anything, any questions about any movies out there or just life or just anything fun in general. I would love to hear some last little minute comments or questions. That'd be a lot of fun. So definitely go ahead, leave some stuff in the comments. But I'll kind of, while everybody's taking a few moments to do that, just remind everybody once again, if you're just joining in late, hit that like button. It takes only a few seconds, and it really does help the channel, of course, which is why I mention it so much, and so do other YouTubers. Like definitely really helps out. So take a quick second, hit that like, really appreciate it. Once again, if you're discovering the channel for the first time, click that subscribe, that notification bell. We're talking all things movies on this channel. Once again, a heavy focus on physical media, but we have these morning shows every Sunday where we talk movie news, which is really awesome just to talk about Hollywood and entertainment in general. And then, of course, out of the theater reactions every weekend, Fridays, Saturdays, seeing all the movies. So you don't have to. I'll recommend out the best ones, of course. So you can, make those choices with the limited time you might have. But yeah, so yeah, if you really enjoy that type of stuff from a channel, definitely subscribe there. And once again, consider memberships out there. I love to take care of my members with movie reviews. So once you become a member, you unlock all those movie reviews. You do get the perks of being shout out in the end card on my videos, which is really nice. So I love to do that. I love to shout out my members. And then, of course, there's even higher tiers where if you want to even pick topics and videos and stream ideas for me to do, uh, I'll take care of that for you. So that's really, really fun because then you get to have input into the channel even more heavily. And that's a lot of fun. So definitely think about taking advantage of that. And of course, the merch is there on the channel too. If you want a Mega Mike hat, you want some shirts, some good summer wear, it's all there. So that's a lot of fun too. But to let you all know what to expect from my channel this week. So, of course, The Amazon deal video dropped in the morning. Once again, some really good deals on some box sets and 4Ks out there, even some Blu-rays in there. Definitely check out that Amazon deal video if you haven't, because if you want those kind of movies, you're gonna save some money, which is really nice. And then, of course, tomorrow, another movie news topic will be dropping, pre-recorded video. That's going to be really entertaining. Then Tuesday should be another video as well. I think that's going to be movie numbers, where we talk about, the top 4K selling, the physical media market in general. And then I don't know if this is 100% confirmed yet. Still kind of communicating with my group, but I think Wednesday night we're going to have a live stream talking about our favorite summer season movies, running down our top fives with an awesome panel, even some new people to the channel you haven't seen before. So we got some channel debuts there. That's going to be a lot of fun. So summer season movies, I think, will be Wednesday night. Then Thursday will be another pre-recorded video, might be a ranking of some sort. And then we get back into the weekend. Friday, Saturday, out of theater reactions for Fast X. That's the big movie coming out that weekend. And then whatever smaller movie is playing too, I will see one of those days. So it's going to be a fun weekend, of course. And then, of course, we start the cycle over again with the uh, mega movie morning shows Sunday morning, talking some good movie news and all that. So that's what it looks like. And once again, let me know in the comments if you kind of like that structure and that schedule. I always appreciate feedback on all that good stuff. Much appreciated, because I take everything you guys say and I, think about it and try to implement stuff into the channel where I can, of course, within reason. But yeah, definitely let me know if you like that structure. So let's go ahead and check into some of these last minute comments here. Let's see. We got John saying, "What's upcoming summer movie that has you the least interested?" Least interested. Well, I'm sure there's low budget stuff out there I don't even know about yet. But out of the mainstream big titles, ooh, that's tough to say. I almost want to say Transformers, almost, even though I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna react to it for sure. It's just I've been let down so much by the past Transformers movies that, like, the last night was so bad. I'm still kind of recovering from that one. So that one I might be a little bit less excited about, but the trailer looks really cool. Um, Little Mermaid's gonna come up at the end of the month, and I'm not like a massive, fan of like the Disney live action stuff. I'm definitely gonna see it, and some of them are better than others. Like, I thought Aladdin was pretty decent, but that's one that I think is gonna do really good at the box office that I'm not necessarily like super hyped about. Say like a Flash, right? The Flash, I'm super hyped about. I'm getting more and more excited for the Indiana Jones 5 movie. So there's good stuff. There's definitely some good stuff coming out in summer. Internal Melancholy saying, "I came in late, but we'll watch the replay. Good morning, and thank you, Internal Melancholy, for going back and watching the replay after. Once again, you're just joining, hit that like button. Much appreciated." Let's see. Thoughts on the new Godzilla and Kong trailer? There's a new Godzilla and Kong trailer out. I didn't even know the trailer was out for that yet. I probably won't watch the trailer until I see it playing in front of a movie, like at the theaters. That's what I normally do now. I usually don't go out of my way to see trailers, but because I see so many movies in the theaters, of course I'm going to end up seeing uh trailer footage, right? It just makes sense. So yeah, that's probably when I'll see it. But I'm excited for a Godzilla vs Kong movie. Why not a sequel? I like that first one. It was fun, action packed. So I'm always happy with kaiju monsters throwing down. Why not? Let's get more of that. All right, got his sham saying, "Is Dwayne the Rock Johnson done with Fast Saga, or is he still enemy of Vin Diesel and Therese Gibson?" So I'm not going to be commenting on that because I don't want to, risk saying anything. But I mean, who knows? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm sure we'll get more news on that in the future, though. But yeah, good comment. Let's see. Craig saying, "Looking forward to the Flash and Indiana Jones. Fast and Furious 10 might be good with Jason Momoa." Yeah, Jason Momoa, talented actor. I'm very excited to see him in Aquaman 2. No one talks about Aquaman 2. Aquaman 1, I really enjoyed it. And that movie did great at the box office. So I'm ready for Aquaman 2. Yeah, I think Fast and Furious 10X, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully it's just entertaining. Yeah, that's all I'm going in for. Fun action movie, popcorn movie. I'm down for that. Craig saying like the structure. Nice. Appreciate it. Hisham saying Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park crossover. I know they were talking about that at one time. I don't know how legit and serious that was, but could you imagine? Woo, that would be a wild. That would be wild. Yeah. Hey, I'm for more crossover movies. Absolutely. Yes, John saying Transformers is my least hyped movie for the summer so far, though I'll go see it. I'm with you. I'm with you right there. We're thinking the same. Yeah. I mean, that last night movie was such a tough movie to sit through and watch. You're like, what is this? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm definitely not binging all those movies again, marathoning them before it. Nope. Nope. That's a franchise I can't like with the Fast X movie. I'm not going back and rewatching all those. Nope, not happening. Let's see. Dimension Scott saying, I have a feeling that many people are going to not like Fast 10. Ooh, maybe. That's not good then. If they want to make three movies out of it, they'll probably scrap that third idea then. They're like, oh, you didn't like. Well, if it makes money, maybe they'll hate it, but they'll hate watching it still make money, or then they'll make it. They're like, we don't care how much you hate it. You're still paying for it, but we're going to give you more. Hisham saying Fast and Furious 11, last sequel. Well, we just went over the news story. Vin Diesel is saying they want him to do a part 3. So that's like Fast and Furious 12. At that point, why are they saying parts? Like, I don't get it. You're making 3 movies. Just call it Fast 10, 11, and 12. And well, why do we have to say it in parts? I know they're trying to say, hey, it's the big finale, right? These are the last Fast and Furious movies we're doing. No, it's not. If they make money, you make it more universal. Don't play us like that, all right? But yeah. Yeah, it is interesting. Dimension Scott saying Fast and Furious and Transformers crossover. That's one I thought made more sense than the Jurassic Park one. That's one I've always kind of contemplated about. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. Vin Diesel versus Bumblebee. Who will win? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would be wild. No, well, I guess, they'd be on the hero side. So each of the Fast and Furious family would get one of the, what are they called? Autobots, right? They would pick their vehicle. So who would get who? And then, of course, they got to fight the Decepticons. Ooh. All right, let's see. Internal Melancholy is saying, I never watched Fast and Furious, but I might buy them someday. Yeah, I'm not going to buy them till they're all done in the entire franchise. Then maybe I'll get a big box set. Who knows? But they're so different. Yeah, I would go in order, of course. You have to start with the first one, see if you like it. But no, they get a lot more wild. Once you get I think I heard 4. I think 4 is when it starts to really pick up steam. And then 5, you're just on a wild ride. Let's see. Dimension Scott, what films you regret not seeing in theaters? Not seeing? Well, I see so much stuff. So usually I see all the big items and even a lot of the smaller stuff. So I don't know if I can think of one. I mean, I would have loved to see movies where I wasn't, alive yet for, some of those classic movies I really loved. I would have loved to seen those in the theater with a big audience and big crowd, right? Like I wasn't around during Back to the Future that time that came out, but to see that movie in the theater when it came out with a great crowd opening weekend, ooh, that would have been a ton of fun. Same with Star Wars, right? Um, so yeah, I can think of movies I regret seeing in theaters. Okay, that's an easier question. uh, let's see. Hisham saying you're absolutely right. Fast and Furious like a superhero or Hot Wheel. I'm telling you, it got so superhero like, especially Fast 9. Just no reason or logic in the physical world is just it's not there anymore. That went out the window. Let's see. Yeah, John Doe saying as long as you fasten your seatbelts, you'll have a good time. I know what a missed opportunity for not using that title. It would have been a little cheesy, but funny too. I would have liked it. Might as well. I mean, who are they trying to fool anyway? They're not a serious movie. John Doe saying I got to see Dawn of the Dead in 3D last November. I wanted to see that, and once again, I totally missed it. It just flew by me. Glad to have the opportunity to watch the classic on the big screen. Yeah, the only classic I've actually seen on the big screen was Jaws. When Jaws came back to IMAX, like this year, I did see that on the big screen. That was great. That was a good time. But I think that's the only classic movie I've seen on the big screen. I got to see more of that. I was gonna go see Return of the Jedi, but then like it came out the weekend before I thought it was gonna come out, and I told it, it flew by me. I missed it because they only come back for like a weekend. And it's like, oh, give me at least a few weeks on it. I'll get to it. Give me 2 weeks at least. I'll take 2 weeks. I gotta plan this stuff. All right. All right, well, there we go, everybody. That is the Mega Movie Morning Show for today. Hope you all enjoyed the news stories and just talking around about movies and having a good time with me. Once again, for all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Have a great one. Do whatever you want to do today. Just enjoy your time. If that's watching movies, of course, make it a movie day. And everybody out there as well, go watch some good movies. Make it a movie day. Tons of fun stuff out there. But goodbye for now, everyone. Have a good time, and I will see you all later.